Aloha everybody, what's up? This is John Comanche from Kawela Motors, and I just wanted to do this one real quick video because I haven't seen too many videos out there on this particular topic, and I'm actually not sure why, other than maybe some people don't have it yet or are people not connecting to it. But I finally got hooked up with the EM Connect app for my 23 ePure race. Now, these are available on the 23s and newer models of the 23. I think that have like a little, you can tell if you're capable by having a little, I guess like a dongle coming out of the battery. And I'll show you what I mean by that so you can kind of see if you have it or not. And you should if you have a 23. But this is actually a $600 add-on for the 23, but it comes as standard equipment on the 2024 Escape R, Escape XR, and the ePure race lines. So check it out, and we'll go through the app and just show you what it's capable of. Because I haven't seen, I mean, besides EM's videos, honestly, I haven't seen too much videos on it. So stay tuned and check it out. All right, so first thing, we got this hooked up already. We're gonna go through that a little later, but let me show you guys what is with the 2023 models and the 24 models that you'll see in the upcoming bikes that makes EM Connect possible to be put onto your bike. And it's basically this right here. Well, number one, this is the first thing. This is coming out of the battery, and I believe this is a 12 volt DC power supply for your battery, and it's just an extra, I guess how you say, dongle or whip that's coming out of the front of the battery next to your power cables. It's on the front of the battery for your ePure race, and on the Escape R, it's actually going to come out right in the middle here of the pack. It's going to whip around, and then you're going to hook up to that cable that comes with this piece. Now, this is the Bluetooth adapter. All we had to do was take out one bolt here on our controller mount bracket, put this thing up here, tie it in, hook this plug up, and this is actually what comes up. One will connect to your controller cable. That's an open port here. And then also you're gonna have another wire that comes up here to your, like your, I guess your primary power, which is that cable that we're talking about that comes out of the battery here. So I believe this is your power supply. And then this cable that comes up is the one running all your comms, well, directing your comms to the controller itself. Now the Silicon controller hasn't changed. It's the same. If you have a 23 model, what I had to do was I had to use the USB port here, hook up with my local distributor, Brother Jim at CPD. It took like 20 minutes, and not even 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes total to set up and download the programming. So this controller is Bluetooth capable with this module. Now, if you have a 23 and you bought it early, this is a $600 add-on about, and you can get it. It will work with the EM Connect app. If you're buying a new 23, they still have some available, which you see here. These two bikes are 23s, but they're unsold. That bike you can actually comes with, they're throwing it in as a deal. So right now we actually have these available with the bike at a discounted price for the 23 models, because the 24s or selected 24s will already come with this as standard equipment. And if you don't know what EM Connect is basically their version of a power distribution app. So as you can see, we actually just went on the Google Play Store and the Apple Store. Look for the app. I'll put links down below so that if you have a Droid, you can look it up, and if you have a Apple, you can look it up as well. I'll put those links there so you can go directly to whatever you got and you hook up. But you do have to have that installed. You can't just go on the app and browse around. There's really no point in it. However, this app, as they've mentioned before, controls the power distribution of the bike. It also does a couple things. It locks your bike, so if for whatever reason you want to lock it, it won't turn on. It shows you battery health is as far as cycles of the battery, and you can turn on and off your TKO. This 23 model still has the TKO switch here, which you can see right here. But in the future, I don't think the TKO comes with a switch. I think they got rid of that and made it so that you can turn it on and off with the app. I might be wrong, but you can adjust your TKO parameters as well. So let's go here. We have the bike on right now, and we are gonna go to our dashboard. And this is basically what you're gonna see. The 2024's higher end model bikes has this screen up here in replacement of the battery voltage meter. So it tells you your battery percentage here. So we're at 66%. There's going to be an RPM reading when you rev the bike up. There's also going to be mode to tell you what you're in. So you're in neutral right now. Your mile per hour, you can change that to kilometer per hour if you're in a European country. And basically with the bike on, you can switch through your modes. And that'll be 1, 2, and 3. So real simple. This is basically your dashboard for the bike. And then when you pull off the magnet, it should go back to neutral. Okay. You can option to lock the bike there. So are you sure you want to secure the bike? You can hit yes. I'm not going to do that because there's no need to right now. And then you go, on top of that, your general information here. Sorry. So this is your VIN number and your model year. Okay. You can go up the hours on the bike and the battery cycles. This is a brand new bike, so you got 1 and 0. All right. Okay. Now let's go back to the screen and go to our settings. So right here you got general settings, your throttle range, throttle dead zone, brake force, which is your regen. So by hitting all of these, you can do whatever you want. You can change them up any way you want. So by doing this, you can go and change your parameters. So if I wanted to change my regen, I can do that. My throttle dead zone, I can do all that stuff. Actually, I guess it tells you when you adjust where you would kind of be in your map. You see the map changing up there? Okay. So if it's already preset, it will show you. But just for sake, if we did adjust something here and say we want to go back, we would just hit this and then we would just go back to where the original setting was. So that's your general setting. You can reset them all, send and save. Okay. So your map 1, which is going to be green, throttle sensitivity 50%, max power 40 something percent, and max speed 92. That's your 120 mode, or 120, I guess, map if you consider that. And also your TKO, because you have TKO on all 3 maps, you can adjust your idle speed so you can have it higher or lower depending on what you want. Yeah. Okay, you can turn the TKO off. Map 2, throttle is 50, max power is 80, max speed 97. And map 3, 50, 100, 100. So actually this one is interesting because it gives you max power and max speed, but your throttle reactivity is slower. I mean, I'm not sure exactly why they preset it that way, but that's what it is. But it's fully adjustable to whatever you want. Now, a lot of people are going to say, is this necessary? The bike, if you've ridden it before, is amazing already. Like, why do you need to adjust the power? And, you know, it's just something, an option, right? The thing about the 23s and the 24s and the newer bikes is that in the past, this TKO switch was what they call a training map. And what that would do is you would hit that switch and it would kill the power for the controller to like half of everything. So it was just green was half, blue was half, red was half. And you could put it on, it was safe for like a child or someone younger or just someone less experienced, right? But with the TKO, they've used that port to take away that. So you don't have that training map anymore. Now, with EM Connect, you can actually set up a map the way you want. And if you have someone new or someone inexperienced that wants to get into trials, that wants to get into riding all around, you can actually just come up here and just turn everything down. You know, you could just turn everything down and make them crawl on the bike, you know. And actually, if you wanted to do drills, what you could do is you could turn the bike down, make it really, you know, you can make it less powerful and you can just be on the throttle on and off or whatever. And you know, the game of going slow, right? How can you go slow? How can you carry your momentum? How can you pick a good line with like, you know, a bike that's like deadened, you know, that's kind of dumbed down so that you can't overpower. You got to use technique rather than just straight power. So you could do stuff like that if you wanted to, right? So when you make an adjustment, you know, you press this button. Oh, here, on map 1, you have idle, speed, and torque for the TKO. So not only the speed can you adjust, but the torque as well. So if you've ever ridden the TKO before, there's actually a point in the bike where it wants to drag you, you know, kind of like a first gear idle. And that's what you can adjust here. You can make the torque lower, you can make the speed higher and the torque lower. It's one step closer to getting to a gas bike feel. Now, without, you know, the fear of dying, like you can't kill the bike. And also in the long run, you know, the less maintenance, which we all love. You know, you lube up that chain and it's all good, okay? So that's basically the maps in a nutshell. You can just do whatever you want here, okay? So you can you can have these two options in every map. You just gotta scroll up and down. Yeah, so whenever you want to make those changes, you just hit send, and that will send it to the controller to make those changes, and you can see if you like it or not. And if you don't, you just come back in, give it a little change. Okay, now moving over to this globe right here. Yeah, so this is more, the global is just connecting you to all their places. So the website, if you want more information on EM, the Instagram, if you want to see some cool stuff. They talk about the Escape X, they talk about the other models, they talk about the events that they've been to, the FIM Explorer. They have a video on the EM Connect if you need to review those. And you can just basically see all that stuff here, their YouTube page. And of course, you've seen EM has some interesting instructional videos as well. So when you got to do maintenance, the very little maintenance required on this bike, when you got to do it, you got that link right there to kind of look up what you got to do. And then there is the tools. So that is basically just a diagnostic, and it's just saying all good here. So hey, take it for what it's worth. It's all good, nothing going on. And if you want to update your controller, whenever there are updates, I guess they will let you know, and you can hit that, you can check that periodically and just make sure that you are up to date as far as the firmware. I'm sure this will connect through Wi-Fi as well as the Bluetooth, and then update your controller or your device as needed. But right now, we're all good. We don't have anything to do here. Okay, in the future, I believe you can link up and send something to EM if you have an issue, and they should respond with either some troubleshooting tips or a link to get you, you know, into a dealer, or tell you what's going to be the next step in the process if you're under warranty, if it's just an out of warranty repair. I believe that's going to be an option in the future. Now, let's see what happens if we hit this. Oh, nothing. Okay. And then from here, you can go to your profile. I got some of my user profile stuff here. You go to notification history. So I tried to log in a couple times with a different phone. It didn't work, but that's just a log of what happened, you know. And then let's see, what is this? The bike link. So if I want to unlink the bike to the account, say I sell the bike, say whatever I want to, say I want to sell the bike, I want to give it this access to the person I'm selling it to, I can do it here. That's not a problem. And yeah, of course, this is the first rendition of the EM Connect. So it's pretty good. It's basic in nature, but that's good. We don't need too much fancy stuff. This is a step in the right direction. So yeah, hopefully this has helped you guys with maybe understanding or actually seeing someone with the EM Connect. And the next step would be to get a video and try to test some of this out and check out how it rides. So right on, guys. Thank you. If you like what you see, please subscribe once again. Also, Yeah, thank you for supporting the channel. If you have any inquiries or questions, please put it in the comments. I'll try my best to answer them. And if you have suggestions for videos, maybe that something I overlooked, put that in there as well. I'd love more ideas for content to keep you guys in the EM community up to date as much as I can. So till next time, guys, aloha.